Hi folks, so I would have liked to have done this recording outside in my garden, but the few houses down from me, there's this house being built and I'm making such a racket. There's drilling or metal work going on, I don't know, it's terrible. So I have to do it in my car, sadly to say. I love being out in nature, or just in the sun, or I don't like being indoors for too long, I don't know. It's just not nice. Anyways, besides the point, folks, I haven't done a video for a while, and there's a lot been going on for me, and there's a lot of insights that I've had, and things that I understand a bit better, or growth that's been made, whatever it is, or just, developments. There's a lot been going on. There is for all of us. There is for all of us. It's like each day is so packed full, chock full of experience and growth and insight and understanding and revelations and transformations and whatever it is, that there's just very little space and time to, in a way, to fully address this grand experience, this massive transformation that we're on. It's so much. There's so much going on. We could sit for hours and days every day just talking about the different insights, the different perspectives that we're having, the different growths that we're feeling, the different and how we're developing and who we're becoming and who we used to be and the game that we used to play and the personality that we used to identify ourselves with and the relationships that we, that weren't serving us, that we realized how unserving they were, and how small of a role we were playing before, and how we were believing that you're just this character in this story narrative of the Truman Show or the Matrix world, and whatever it is, and your sort of persona, in a way, your identity as the country that you come from, or your religion, or your whatever it is, by the clothes that you wear, and being completely involved in the material, in the matter, in the illusion, in the Maya, right? In Plato's cave, and realizing who you are away from that, and growing away from that, walking out of Plato's cave every day, waking up more and more, and saying goodbye to a world that you once inhabited. I'm saying literally, not physically, but like mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. Saying goodbye to the relationships that you realize were just a game, were just false, were just, like whether it be family members, and you're playing a role of being the brother or the sister or the son or the father or the mother or something or other, the uncle. You played a role because of family, let's say, and you realize that you've outgrown it. They're not. It's not the same anymore. In other words, there's so much to be said. So you got to pick up where you can. But where you realize that you can't anymore pretend to be that person that everybody used to know you by. You've realized that you can't do it anymore, right? You can't. Not that you go to extremes, but you just there's something. For myself, something has changed, and it's like I won't play that role anymore. I can't. I don't know how to. And then I'm so grateful for that. Let's say in regards to a relationship with one of my brothers. He sees me as the younger bro, and I would play that role and be that kind of guy, and that he knows, and you know what I'm saying? And then and so for myself, feeling now I can't even be bothered. I don't feel guilty by standing my ground, or not having a heart, or caring, or being involved in a way, even so much with the family. It's just I'm not in. I've outgrown it, and I can't play that part anymore. Not that I can't. I don't know how to anymore. I've stepped onto different shores in a way, or different. I don't know. Something has changed, folks. And I'm no longer, I can't identify with who I used to be, in a way. It's like completely different. It's like kind of as if you, maybe analogy, let's say you were at school for 5 years with all your classmates and your teachers, and maybe your siblings, your older siblings went to that school, and whatever it is, and your family's known in that school, and in your classes, and who you are, and like what grades you get, and how good you are at sports, and where are you on the popular charts, and whatever it is, and then let's say you leave that school, and I don't know, you travel for, let's say, 20 years around the world, and you grow up, and you experience, and you see different things, and you learn, you know what I'm saying, you travel, and you experience, and you grow, and you learn, and you explore, and you discover, and you completely change, you completely evolved, right? And then you go back, let's say after 20 years, to that school, where everybody's exactly the same. Everybody, the curriculum's the same, the teachers are the same teachers, it's the same subject, it's the same performance driven or whatever it is, and who's popular and who's not, and who's sexy and who's not, and who's dating who, and who gets good grades, and whose parents are wealthy, and whatever it is, who are the troublemakers, the cool kids, whatever it is, the perverted sports teacher that everybody knows, something like that. And you come back and you look at it, and you can see it for what it is. And you can see it for what it is, and you've completely changed, and you have no desire to play the person who you once were, even to fit into the mold or the character that you once were seen by or identified or known by. And you don't feel an anxiety about not having to fit yourself back into that character, into that personality, into that role. You don't even feel it. You're so indifferent. You're so indifferent. Like I'm saying, you don't feel the anxiety, well, I got to be like everybody else, or I got to think like them, or I got to be ambitious like them, or the way that they're ambitious, or motivated by them, or structured by time that they are. I got to do that. Otherwise, they're going to see me for I don't know, as an outcast. I'm not going to fit in. I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to be ostracized. I'm going to be a loner. I'm going to be a freak. They're going to pick on me. They're going to bully me. They're going to, and you feel you don't have that anxiety. You don't have that nervousness. You're indifferent. You don't care. You literally don't. You don't care. You're more grateful. You're more appreciative for the fact that you've travelled for who you are, right, and what you've become, and how big you've become, and how much you've changed, and how much you've grown, and how much better it is to have had this opportunity, and to, let's say, self-actualize or be self-aware or something like that. And that's so much better than having to play this silly, stupid game of seeking approval or fitting in, whatever it is. You feel like it's so pathetic. It's so below you. It's so undesirable that you just feel nothing towards it. There's nothing to gain from it. It's of no value to fit in, to play the game anymore. And so, and that's what I feel for myself. I'm not talking about not the need to make money, or to take care of myself, to give the middle finger to society and culture and go and live in nature. I'm not talking about anything like that, but I'm talking about from more of who I am and my relationships with people, and the way that I've seen myself in the world, and how I understood myself amongst everybody else in the crowd, and etc., etc. Like, I see myself now more so as I'm not playing by the same rules as everybody else. I'm not tied into the same program and story and narrative as everybody else. I'm not at all. I'm not motivated the same way. I'm not interested in the same way. I'm not entertained by what they are entertained by. I don't speak I'm not interested in speaking of the subject matter that they speak about. I'm completely and I cannot relate myself to them whatsoever. And they can be family members, they can be old friends. Maybe an old friend comes to town that I'm in, and I feel like, well, maybe we can rekindle. And I know that it's just going to be rubbish. And I know that even meeting that friend, that they're going to be on their cell phone, they're going to be distracted, they're only going to have 30 minutes of their time to spend because their schedule is so busy, and they got the kids to sort out, and and it's just the chaos in their life. And I say, I'm not even interested. There's nothing. Even if we can have a nice chat and a smoke and a beer or something, I don't know, not that I do either. I mean, I vape, but there's just, I'd rather spend maybe more time going for a walk on my own, or listening to a lecture or something like that. It's not, if that person's not present, then I have so little to no interest, and I don't feel like I'm losing out at all. I don't feel like I'm losing out on family relationships, I have no regrets in that regard. I have no regrets. Losing contact with old friends, not making any efforts, or whatever it is, I feel nothing. And so again, there's so much to be said here. But in a way, it's just more so, and I'll talk more about this. I mean, I'm not in that zone right now, so I can really get to the heart of this matter, because it goes deep, folks. It really goes deep. And how different I feel now in living in this world to who I used to be. It goes really deep. And I'm a lot more free, and I haven't given myself the credit to say how much more freer I am. Like, sometimes I can't believe that I've managed to keep a life that is not as in much chaos as everybody else around me. I'm so grateful for that. I was thinking about that this morning, and tears came to my eyes, folks. I'm so grateful to be able to connect with something that's like so true. It's so much bigger than this pathetic game that we play, this consumerism, this dog-eat-dog world, this meaningless, superficial, materialistic drama that's being played on the planet, that's killing the planet. It's like, is that all that we have? Is that all that we're capable of as human beings? Like, to destroy one another, to destroy morality, ethics, principles, values, virtues, to be so corrupted, to be so narcissistic, to be so disassociated, to be so pathological, right? And that it's so bad. We are motivated by money. We are motivated by putting each other's down, by killing and destroying, by maiming, by disrespecting, whatever it is. And that's what we've been sold as being of high achievement in this world. If you can be somebody who is so self-absorbed, is so narcissistic, right? That, or whatever it is, so destructive, so intoxicated. And that's what it's like. I mean, to be a winner in this game, to own fancy objects and houses, and to be somebody on Facebook or something or other, that's your blessing. That's the opportunity here. That's what you're here to do. It's like so pathetic. It's so minimal. And so for myself, thank goodness that I don't feel that way. Thank goodness that I know that there is so much more higher, so much more power, so much more beautiful, so much more like real, with integrity, with honor, with sacredness, with purity, with integrity, with brilliance, with intelligence, with love. That is so much higher. I don't have the words for it right now, folks. Is so much higher than this playing field of 3D reality. And it's not just the 3D reality, it's the man-made structure. It's the Truman Show. I'm not talking about nature in this 3D world. I'm not talking about the fabric of this world. I'm talking about the mind of this world, okay? And what's going on. And the reality tunnel, or whatever it is that people, it's not even a reality. Oh, it's a reality tunnel, the make-believe, and how small and how one-dimensional it is, right? and the tools that you're given to play in this game. It's like which disrespect you, which disempower you, right? Which disassociates you. The tools that you're given. I mean, we are, it's and that's it. And this is your reason for living, and this is your purpose for living. And it's like pathetic. It's pathetic. It's like, it's odious. It's and so for myself, there was a part in a time. Let me start this, folks. There was a time for myself whereby I really, I wanted to die, because I felt that all that there was what you saw, and the state of the world and state of things. That's all I saw. That's all I knew. I didn't know that there was something much higher and grander. I didn't know. I could feel it, but I didn't know. It was so far removed from myself. I was so distant from it. It was so unrelatable, or I could feel it. There was something, a piece of it that was somewhere inside, but majority of the time I was completely removed from it, and I was in so much pain, and I was in so much despair, and I was in such a dark place, because all I felt was like I was looking for answers and I couldn't find anything. I was looking for meaning and I couldn't find meaning. No, this was about 15 years ago, and I couldn't, and I was so despaired. I was so frustrated. Like there was no purpose, there was no meaning, there was nothing. And all it was exactly what you see, the way that we behave, the disconnect from nature, the disassociate that we are become. And for myself, it was like my purpose couldn't have just meant about going for having a job to make money so that I could live some kind of boring existence, deadening existence. What's it like? Just putting you to sleep. Existence, disconnecting you, because that's what the system is about. That's what culture is about. That's what it's about. It's about that you sacrifice your spirit to it. That's what it is. You sacrifice your blood, sweat, and tears so you can be a person, a figure in the game. That's it. So you prostrate yourself. Prostrate? I don't know. You get down on your knees. You sacrifice, for its will. So it continue for the greater good of humanity and culture and society, which is all about destroying. It's all about destruction of the soul, of the spirit, of the beauty, of the divinity, of the sacred. That's what it's about, and that's what you are. You are pushed to sacrifice yourself towards. That is your seen as your purpose. To be a player in the game. Be a consumer, a good consumer. Whether you be whichever political side you take, but take a side, play a part. Come on, play a part. Be somebody on Facebook, be somebody on Instagram, be somebody that everybody likes or that's popular. Like, just do what, this is the thing, popularity. We will do whatever we need to be popular. And really the best way to become as popular as you can be in this world is to be the biggest, disgusting, the most putrid individual, really, that you can be. I really feel to be misleading to others, to be really. There are some exceptions to the rule, like I would say certain, but I'm talking about. Like, there are people that have managed to turn it around. There's no question about it. I mean, like a Jordan Peterson, a Dr. Gabriel Mate, a Manly P. Hall, a Terence McKenna, a Rudolf Steiner. Okay, I mean, some people are not alive anymore, but some people. But it's not about that you become popular, that people envy you. You see, that's how we define popularity, is that people envy you. They're jealous of your position, and they would hurt you if they could get an opportunity to be in your position. That's not what I'm talking about, but that's what's driven. That's what it's driven to. Anyways, again, I'm not finding the depth in the words that I'm looking for to get into the heart of this talk, but that's just my feeling, is that for myself, I really feel really special that I'm in touch with something that's so true and so beautiful and so high and so much high, and got so much hope and so much promise and so much vitality and so much richness and so much integrity. Really, it's just so wonderful. It's just, you folks know what I'm talking about. It's just so graceful. It's just, I don't even know. And thank goodness that I've felt so far that I've made my way through the wilderness in order to be able to be in contact or awareness of this, of the higher side, the higher spirited, the more true, the more beautiful. I thank heavens for that, folks. Yes, I'm still making money, I'm still paying my taxes, I'm still paying my rent, I'm still functioning in this world, renew my driver's license, I don't break the law. I'm a citizen. I don't vote or whatever it is, but I play in the game. But again, I'm not subscribed to it. I'm not subscribed to its energy. I'm not subscribed to its timetable, to its identity and whatever it is. The game that I can't think of that word, whatever it is. But even to be that family member or whatever it is, I don't subscribe to it anymore. I'm subscribed to the Most High. And the Most High within me. Yeah. That's for sure, folks. And I won't sell out. I will not sell out. You can't offer me however much money to work in a job that would be not in alignment with who I am. Right? Or having to sit in a building under fluorescent lighting or something like that, be on the timetable of somebody else's timetable, a boss, have to answer to, there's no amount of money. I won't. Even if you offered me a fancy car for free, I would say no. Because for many reasons, it's just not my thing. Humility, modesty is so important. It's so important. I'm not flashy. I will never be flashy. I'll never be somebody who craves the attention of others in an unhealthy manner. If I crave your love, it's because your love is so beautiful and so uplifting to me and so inspiring to me. But I'm not going to crave that you adore me, that you worship me, that you see me as somebody that I'm not. I don't know, folks. It's a bit of a wild talk, this one. But yeah, there's much to be said. There's so much going on, like I said. Each day there's so much packed into. Each moment is so rich. There's so much going on. Yeah. So really, I'll finish off on this, but this will continue into a psychopath or a narcissist. And the forces are strong, there's no question about it. Or continue into a saint, I really think. If you make the right choices. And more than that, but it can turn you into an angel. It really can. It can turn you into a divine being, which you already are, but even an elevated, even a higher being, I think, than you once ever were. Or can turn you into a psychopath or narcissist. You got to decide. It's either one of the two. Really, that's how I find. It can either turn you into a good person, or can turn you into not a good person. I'm not saying a bad person. I'm just saying somebody who's not a good person. And much more than that. Not just, so much more. Anyway, folks, we'll end up on that. Take care.